students, welcome to us, and today we are going to revise the whole chapter, that is refraction of light. Yes, so be ready with your notebook and pen and write down some important notes, important terms from our today's video. Okay, so let's start review of chapter. So here in the very first topic in beginning, what we have learned about the term that is refraction of light. Okay, so what is that? Here we have seen this activity which is very interesting. Okay, so here what we have learned, that is when a light travel from a rarer medium, here the rarer medium, that is air, to a denser medium, which means a glass medium, what happens? Yes, it bends towards the normal. Okay, here also you can see it bends towards the normal. Normal is what? A perpendicular which is drawn between the two mediums. So, and this bending is due to the what? Due to the refraction of light. So here refraction of light takes place. So what is refraction of light? When the light changes its direction when going from one transparent medium to the another transparent medium, and this is called as what? Refraction of light. One transparent medium, which means what? Air medium to the glass medium. So that is called as what? Refraction of light. Okay, so then we have learned refraction of light passing through a glass slab. Okay, so we have taken this glass slab which is called as PQRS. Okay, and here you can see AN is an incident ray and M is a refracted ray. Okay, and MD is which ray? It is called as an emergent ray. So here what happens? The first refraction occurs when a light ray enters a glass from air at N on the two sides of PQ. So as I have told you that the first refraction takes place over here at this point N. Then the second refraction takes place where? Yes, where there is point M on the sides of S and R, there is the second refraction takes place. Okay, for the first refraction, angle of incidence is what? I. Okay, here you can see, here the angle of incidence is I, while for the second refraction, angle of incidence is what? I1. Okay, here the second refraction takes place, so angle of incidence is I1. Okay, then angle of refraction at N is what? Of course, at N is angle of refraction is R. Okay, and the light ray which is MD, this is an emergent ray. Okay, emerging from a glass slab is parallel to the incident ray AN. So AN and MD, these are the two rays which are parallel to each other. Okay, so this experiment we have seen. Then we have learned a very different and unique laws of refraction which are very easy. So what is the first law of refraction? Here the first law says that the incident ray, refracted ray at a point of incident N, here the point of incident N, are on the opposite sides of the normal to the surface of the glass slab at that point CD. Okay, so here you can see AN is an incident ray and NB is a refracted ray. So these are the two rays which are on the opposite side of this normal CD, and the three incident ray, refracted ray and normal, they are in the same plane. Okay, that means they are on the same glass slab. Okay, so this is the first law of refraction. Then what is the second law of refraction? It is also called as what? A Snell's law. Okay, so what is that? That is, for a given pair of media, here air and glass, these are the two pair of media. Okay, the ratio of sin I to the sin R is a constant. Okay, here I is what? Angle of incidence, and R is what? Angle of refraction. So according to Snell's law, sin R upon sin R is equal to what? Constant. Okay, so remember that. Then we have learned refractive index. What is refractive index? Let's see. The change in the direction of light ray while entering different media is different. Yes, here you can see its direction is different, where the light ray is in medium 1, but when it is in medium 2, its direction is different. Okay, yes. So it is related to what? Why the direction of light ray is different? It is because of refractive index of the medium. So what is that? The refractive index of a medium with respect to vacuum is called as absolute refractive index. When the term refractive index are taken with respect to vacuum, which means what? Where there is no air. So that is called as what? Absolute refractive index. Okay. So refractive index depends on what? It is depends upon the velocity of light in the medium, that is speed of light in the medium. So from that we derive the formula, that is refractive index of 2 and 1, which means what? Medium 2 with respect to medium 1 is equal to how much? So the velocity of light in medium 1, that is here v1, divided by velocity of light in medium 2, that is called as v2. So this formula is very useful while solving the problems. Okay, understood this till now? Yes. Then we have seen this very different and very interesting topic, that is refraction of light in different media. Okay, so when the light enter from a rarer medium to the denser medium, what happen? It bends towards the normal. Okay, you can see over here it bends towards the normal. Yes, but what happen when a light ray passes from denser medium, this is a denser medium, to a rarer medium, what happened? It bends away from the normal. Here you can see it bends away from the normal. Okay, so remember this two term. And the very last term, that is what happens is when a light ray is incident normally at the boundary between the two medium, what happened? It does not change its direction. Okay, and hence it does not get refracted. Okay, it can travel in a straight line. Here no refraction takes place when the light is perpendicular in both the medium. Okay, so these are the two different media through which a light can travel. Okay, yes. Then we have seen mirage, a very interesting topic. So here what is mirage? The light ray coming from a distant object appear to coming from the image of the object inside the ground as shown in the figure. So here if you are standing over here and if you are looking in the downward direction, what you will see? You will see an image of a tree, but the in actual tree is not there inside the ground. Tree is there above the ground surface. So that imagination, this is called as what? Mirage. Okay, so it can be seen where? It can be seen in hot places like desert, like Rajasthan, where there is very hot temperature. You can see in during the summer season also we can see like this imagination on the surface of the hot road. Okay, so this term is called as what? This is called as mirage. Then we have learned about the twinkling of stars. Yes, what is that? So here you can see the stars appear to be a point source because of their being at a very large distance from us. So stars are at a very large distance from us. So we see a different position of star. The position of star keeps on changing. Here you can see, if we see the position of star, we will see over here, but actual position of star is here. Okay, so the position of star keeps on changing because of motion and atmospheric air and changing the air density and temperature. That's why what happened? Refractive index also gets changes. So as the density of air increases with lowering height above the surface of the earth, as I have told, the refractive index also gets increases. So the position and brightness of star keeps changing continuously, and That's why we see that the star appear to be a twinkling. But what happens because of the, with respect to planet do not twinkle, okay, because of changes in atmospheric refractive index and brightness of individual point source. Here the point source is what? A point source is called as planet. Okay, so when the sun is somewhat below the horizon, here its light rays are able to reach us along a curved path. Here you can see the light rays which able to reach us. We are on the earth, so the light rays able to reach us through a curved path due to their refraction through earth atmosphere, and that's why we see sun before it emerges above the horizon. Okay, so we see the position of sun to be here, but actual position of sun to be here. Okay, yes, so this is about the twinkling of stars. Then we have learned dispersion of light. Okay, this is a very easy topic. So here what happened, when the white light, that is sunlight, coming from the sun through air, it enters in any refracting medium, that is here the medium is glass prism. It emerges as a spectrum of 7 colors. So it gets divided into what? Into the 7 different colors. So the process of separation of light into its component colors, that is 7 different colors, while passing through a medium is called as what? Dispersion of light. Okay, so among the 7 colors, red light bends the least while the violet light bends the most. And which light has maximum wavelength? Yes, red light has maximum wavelength over here, and the violet light has minimum wavelength. Okay, so this is important with respect to MCQ type of question. Okay, then we have learned rainbow formation, how rainbow gets formed. So here, when the light rays from the sun enters into the droplet, it gets refracted. Here you can see the light rays when enter into the droplet, what happens? Its refraction takes place and it gets divided into the different colors and it gets dispersed, that means they get separated, okay, into the different colors. So then there is internal reflection, then the bending of these rays within the medium takes place. Okay, this rays bounces back into the same medium. Here you can see. Okay, then what happened after that? Once again the light gets refracted while coming out of the droplet. Here you can see it again gets refracted when the light ray coming out of the droplet. So these all process together will form a rainbow. First of all, light enter into the droplet, then it gets refracted, then their internal reflection takes place, and again the light ray gets refracted. Okay, so with the help of like this, rainbow gets formed. Then in our last class we have learned partial and total internal reflection. Okay, reflection. So here you can see when the light enters, here is the light source, this is air medium and this medium is a water medium. So air is a rarer medium which is called as medium 1 and water is one denser medium, so it is called as medium 2. So what happened when the light enters a rarer medium, okay, a rarer medium from a denser medium, it gets partially reflected. Here you can see it gets partially reflected. Look at the second ray, okay, it gets partially reflected. The part of light gets reflected and come back into the denser medium as per the law of reflection. So here what happened, this is called as partial reflection. So basically what is partial reflection? When half of the light gets refracted in another medium and here the half of the light reflected within the same medium. Okay, so this is called as what? Partial reflection. Okay, then here you can see if we increase I, R will also increase. I is what? Angle of incidence and R is what? Angle of reflection. Here we are going to take angle of reflection. So if we increase I, what happened? R will also increases according to Snell's law. As the refractive index is, so Snell's law is what? Sin I upon sin R is constant. So Here in this what happens, for a particular value of I, the value of R becomes equal to, when it becomes equal to 90 degree, here you can see in the fourth ray, when it becomes equal to 90 degree, this value of I is called as what? It is called as critical angle. Okay, when the value of R becomes equal to 90 degree, this value of I is called as what? Critical angle. And what is total internal reflection? Such ray return to the denser medium. Thus, all the light rays reflected back in the denser medium is called as total internal reflection. Here in the last ray, you can see a whole the light gets bounces back into the same medium, that is denser medium. None of the light goes into the rarer medium. Okay, so whole light gets reflected within the same medium, so that is called as what? Total internal reflection. Okay, so this is about the review of this chapter. Watch the video again to understand better. Okay, thank you.